planet is warming up and that man-made activities of various kinds have contributed to this. We're not quite sure how much the planet is going to warm. I think the economists predicted about 10 years ago now that it might warm up between 3 and 6 degrees Celsius, and if it's down near 2 or 3 degrees Celsius, we'll have a lot of inconveniences. Maybe we'll have more tropical diseases up here in North America. Maybe the sea levels will rise a little bit. If it rises 6 degrees Celsius on average, then we're talking about big trouble with the ice caps melting and other major calamities befalling us. And the question is, what can we do in the intermediate range in order to try to lessen that warming? So it's pretty clear the warming is happening, but the question is how much is it going to go? One of the most troubling things over the last 10 years or so has been the fact that all of a sudden petroleum has become a lot more cheaper because of the fracking process. And I think that's taken a lot of the wind out of the sails of energy conservation. And I don't really know if there's any easy way to move in that direction, saving energy. I think we're going to have to make a kind of a unified effort as a society in order to do that. I mean, certainly solar energy and wind energy have a lot of potential. We don't know what kind of new technological breakthroughs are going to come through in the sense of batteries for automobiles or for other things. So I think potentially the technology is really there. And the question is when is society and various governments around the world going to move concertedly in that direction? I think it's been encouraging recently because a long time the debate was between the developed world and the developing world, and the developing world's argument when faced with the question of how are we going to save energy and save the planet was always, well, you're trying to keep us underdeveloped. You don't want us to industrialize, and you want us to already to pay the costs in terms of our energy consumption for something that we've not done. And so basically you've exploited the planet, and you're telling us that we have to pay the cost without sharing any of the benefits. Luckily, some of the major governments in the developing world, like the Chinese government, has come to the conclusion that unless they do something about the environment, they're going to be in big trouble. So I think that there are a lot of positive and encouraging signs, and the question is just going to be, can we get everybody on board in time?
In my opinion, I believe that the future of sustainable energy will be based mostly on solar power. Since it is a self-sustaining resource that we can use for the next few billion years, as long as we treat the Earth respectively with climate change and all the other things, that if we use the solar energy to produce most of our energy with these molten salt reactors that I was discussing prior, that I believe that solar is the future, but with respect to the technology that has currently been available to us, we have leaps and bounds that are in need.